Okay, hello and good afternoon, everyone. So let's start our session. This webinar will approximately take around 1 hour and everyone will be muted. If you have any questions during the presentation, just write them into the question box in your control panel on your right side and our presenter will answer it during the Q&A session later. Okay, our topic today is BOM Creator, redefining the approach towards bill of material, and it will be presented by Mr. Vignesh. So Mr. Vignesh is the Technical Director of Servtronica Group. He has more than 10 years of experience in the field of machine design and engineering. The key areas of specialization are the design data management with SolidWorks EPDM and CAD-based API customization. We also have Ms. UK from our IME SolidWorks technical team to assist to answer your questions during the Q&A session later. So without further ado, let me pass this session to Mr. Vignesh.
Thank you very much, Aisha. Very warm good afternoon, everyone. And once again, I would like to thank everyone for sparing your valuable time for attending this session. So without wasting any more time, we'll just quickly jump to the presentation. Okay, my name is Vignesh, Director for Servtronica Group of Companies. We are an associate service partner and implementation partner for the cloud system SolidWorks. This is just a quick brief about ourselves. As Aisha told you already, we have expertise on design data management with SolidWorks Enterprise PDM and SolidWorks Manage. We do SolidWorks PDM and SAP integrations. We do CAD-based API customizations as and when required for any industry. And last is the automation of bill of material with BOM Creator. BOM Creator is a SolidWorks CAD add-on tool developed by our team for the automation of complete bill of material. So today's agenda is the automation of bill of material, the redefining the approach towards bill of material. So let's first understand what is the need of bill of material. Why do we create bill of materials? We create bill of materials to understand the number of fabrication parts, manufacturing parts, bought out items in any machine. This bill of material gives us a glimpse of everything. Next is to identify the bought out or purchase items from the market. To understand the total weight of machine, the different grades of material which were being used in the machine. Everything, the details comes out of a bill of material, right? And to understand what are the parts which are required to be manufactured in-house, what are required to be manufactured outsourced. So there are a lot of more things which we get from our bill of materials, but we have listed only a few of them here. Okay. Before we go again to our software, here we do know that we do have bill of materials in SolidWorks also, right? We have 3 types of bill of materials in SolidWorks already. The first type of BOM is the top level BOM. The top level BOM is nothing but the detail of first level SolidWorks subassemblies available in my first level of main machine. It gives the complete glimpse of that. Parts only gives me the details of all the SolidWorks part available in my machine with their respective quantity and material. It could be a hardware, it could be a BOP, it could be a manufacturing part. It's a mixed detail. And third is the indented BOM. The SolidWorks indented BOM is nothing but the level by level a hierarchical BOM of each subassembly available in my machine. Right. When we have a bill of material in SolidWorks, but still there are certain set of challenges what we face in our day-to-day life. Right. We spend too much time in creating and uploading BOMs of an SAP and ERP system. So now moving further. So yeah, right, the people who have SAP or ERP system in place in their organization, they may know it takes too much time. They spend a lot of time in creating and uploading BOMs in their ERP system. So there are 2 ways. Basically, this upload is done so that our bill of material can be shared to the different people in our organization, different departments of the organization. Right. So we do it in 2 ways. Either we manually type each and every part number with respective details in ERP system, or we prepare an Excel or CSV format, a compatible format, which can be uploaded directly in our SAP or ERP system, right? Next is the chaos between the design department, design production planning, and purchase due to incomplete or wrong BOM. So now, why does this chaos happen? Because we prepare BOMs manually, and when we prepare long bill of materials manually, there are chances we do some mistake, and this mistakes creates actually a chaos. When we prepare BOMs manually in our SAP system or ERP system, it actually creates a chaos because and this error, the mistake done in the BOM is not identified during the design phase, but it is identified during the assembly of machine or the dispatch of machine. Next major issue what we see is the segregation of parts based on their type. So now why do this segregation is done? So now in a machine we do have manufacturing parts, hardware, BOP, sheet metal, machine components, etc. Right? So now when the initial concern of any production department becomes only the manufacturing parts, right? Because they need to identify what are required to be manufactured here in-house. And the initial concern of the purchase or the procurement department is the hardware and the BOP items. So now, for as soon as they receive the bill of material, they first spend time manually again to segregate their concerned things, because they have to differentiate what are my manufacturing parts, what are my hardware, what are my BOP. So and they take their concerned items and start the process. So again, we spend a lot of time on this also. Another major issue, what we see is the delay in delivery of project because of improper planning or a lack of planning. For every order, every order for machine or every order for we do have a set delivery date. We have to deliver our products within that set time to our customers, right? So now, when we do not fabricate items or procure items based on their respective lead time, we end up our project getting delayed. So now, as we see, every manufacturing component has its own manufacturing lead time. So when I say manufacturing lead time, it means like, say, if I release a drawing today, I release the drawing a component drawing today, there's a probability it could be made in say 20 days of time. There are components available in my machine which could be made in say 2 days of time. There are components which could be made say in 10 days of time. So every item has its own manufacturing lead time. Similarly, there are purchase items, there are hardware, there are BOP items which has its own market available lead time. The purchase lead time, what we say, right? Say there's a pneumatic cylinder in my machine. It takes 3 weeks to get delivered from the date of order. There is a component, say there's a motor which takes say 4 weeks to get delivered. There's solenoid valve which takes 6 weeks to get delivered. So everything has its own lead time of availability from market. So now item taking longer time to get manufactured or item taking longer time to get delivered would be our high priority items. Will be our first priority to get order them or get them manufactured, so that we can balance that, right? So next, moving further, the tracking of drawings. This is another challenge in our industry, in our manufacturing industry, right? So now we release as a designer, we release a lot of drawings to different departments, to different people in our organization. But sometimes the department people come back and say we haven't received the drawing. We haven't received the drawing. To whom we have sent the drawing? On what date did you send? We do not have proper track. Actually, what we do is we prepare and maintain Excel, wherein we keep a log of items which of the drawings which we have released, right? But sometimes we miss out the entry, and we end up losing the track, and eventually this track lost cannot help, and actually gives us a lot of trouble, because we waste again time in re-releasing those drawings which have already been released. Moving further, the project costing becomes another challenge, a tedious job. So now we see industries again spending a lot of time in calculating the actualized cost of machine, and sometimes while doing the costing of the project, sometimes we miss the important component, and it actually gives us the project cost contingency of the project, right? So now we do it again. These everything is done manually, and when we do manually, there are a lot of stuff in our mind, and we sometimes miss our important cost components, and which actually affects our complete budget of the project, right? Last issue what we're going to discuss is like the handling of production of multiple machines at the same time. So what do we mean by handling of production, handling of execution? So this is basically nothing but, say, we receive multiple orders. Say we are an SPM manufacturer. We make special purpose machines. We have 5, 6, 7 different models of machines we make, and we receive all of them order, say, at the same time. So now we face issue in managing the release of drawings, right? So as I say, because there could be components which are common in all the 5 machines, there could be a lot of components which are unique. So now releasing the drawing, releasing the purchase item detail, managing the project accuracy becomes another biggest challenge to our today's industry, right? So now all the issues what we saw, have a one-point solution here. What we're talking today, that is what we are calling is BOM Creator. So now with BOM Creator, we are giving you an option wherein you can create ready to upload ERP BOMs directly out of your CAD system. You can create, and the best part of this is that you can release these reports during the design phase itself. You need not wait to complete your drawings for releasing this drawing, since these reports are created out of your CAD models. Now you can just quickly go and click and create your ERP report, your BOM, which can be uploaded in the ERP system. You can create your design BOMs with complete summary of your complete machine. Right? Let's see something in live now. Say this is a small piece of conveyor, right? So we need to create a BOM out of this. Okay. So now this is the interface of our BOM Creator software. We give you both options, right? Since, as I said, you have a separate installation wherein you can just quickly go and start the software and start using it, or else you can also create BOMs out of your, which can be, our BOM Creator can be integrated in your SolidWorks window, and you can just start creating BOMs directly out of your SolidWorks window as well. We'll see both the ways, right? So first we'll do it from our software. So now, as you see, the first option is the ERP BOM. So this functionality will help you create a ready to upload BOM in your SAP or ERP system. I can just quickly go and click on my main assembly. We basically work on the main machine or main assembly of the file, right? We do not care about what sub-assemblies or what parts are available in my machine. I can just quickly go and select my main machine, and I can just quickly go and create this report. You can see the progress bar below here. It normally takes time based on the size of your assembly. The assembly having more components, more features, may take a little bit more time. But yes, items having smaller parts, smaller assemblies will not take that much time. Yeah. So by the time the report is generated, let me tell you about these other features. So next is the design BOM. So right here it is. So you can see the screen. So the ready to upload BOM is being prepared from here. So now this template can be customized based on your requirement of the industry. So the fields which you need for your ERP or SAP system can be customized here. And these reports are created in Microsoft Excel report or CSV format, the format you need for your uploading in your SAP or ERP system. And these respective fields can be, as I said, customized. So let me tell you how this BOM has been created. So let me go there, and this is my SolidWorks assembly for which I've created this BOM, right? So it has, say, certain, it is the main assembly, and it has certain set of sub-assemblies already available in this, right? And it has some parts in the top level. Okay, so I'll go to the report. Here you can see there's the first sub-assembly and the details of its child. This is second sub-assembly and its child. This is the third sub-assembly, their child, and the complete top level details, right? Going further, so it will give you a message after creation. Going further, we'll just quickly create a design BOM. I'll again go pick this. This design BOM functionality is basically an enhanced version of our SolidWorks indented BOM. When I say enhanced version, it's like it gives you the details of a hierarchical BOM, a level by level detail, but also it will give you the complete composition of complete machine. When I say composition, it means like you say you're using a say your complete machine weights a 25 ton, 30 ton machine you're making. So no, if you want to identify what a grade of material and in how much weight they are being used, so that complete summary is available in our report at the bottom of the report, right? The next option is the part list. You can just quickly, this option gives you to create a segregated list of the manufacturing parts out of our SolidWorks as machine. So if you want to identify what are the manufacturing parts, you can just quickly go and click on the part list and you can create a segregated part list. Same goes for the bought out list. If you want to create a segregated list for bought out items, you can just quickly go and click and you can create a segregated bought out list. So now you need not spend a lot of time in all those stuff. It's a click away, right? Similarly, if you have further types, say if you want to add further types, you want to segregate based on the it's being a sheet metal component or it's a machine component for hardware or BOP assembly, we can create further those types also. These types can be customized as per your industry requirement. Here you can see the design BOM. So this is nothing but basically the, as I said, level by level detail of complete machine. The same machine what we created. Okay, so this is the detail of the first level and the details of sub assemblies. And this is what we have been talking about, the complete summary of your machine. So these are the different grades of material what are being used in our machine, and these are their respective weight and kgs, right? So now during the design phase, I can identify the total material required for getting my machine made, and I can book this directly to my store, or my the production can immediately start the planning process for your fabrication. Interesting, isn't it? Moving further, let's quickly see, let's generate part list out of our SolidWorks environment. I can just quickly go click on the button and it can just quickly populate the list. And here the interesting feature is you can create the BOM with their respective shaded images. It just gives you the glimpse of the complete image of your complete component, and if required, if you want to keep this image, you can keep it, or else it can be left out. So there you go. You can see you can create your part list with your respective images also. So it just gives you the shaded view, shaded image of your component. So it becomes easier for the production or the people to identify the part with their part numbers, right? So there's a possibility you can create with SolidWorks images and without SolidWorks images. You can do it both ways. If you want to keep the images, you can create the report with images and without images. Both ways you can be done. Now let's go further. Next important feature is the priority part list. So there's something called priority part list. So now what is this priority? As we discussed, every manufacturing component has its own manufacturing lead time. So item taking higher time to get manufactured would be part of my high priority list. The item taking average time to get manufactured would be part of my medium priority list, right? And item taking lowest time would be my part of my low priority list. So this planning again can be done during the design phase itself and given to the communicated to the rest of the department so that they can plan the production of the machine accordingly. So I can just quickly go and say I want the high priority list of this machine. So I can just quickly go and say click and it will give me the details of all the components which are part of my high priority list. And this high priority list, based on my priority list, I can share it with my rest of the department and get things going. Quickly go and just create reports and share it with the inter-departments. The progress bar gives you the idea how much report is created, how much time. So it gives you the complete glimpse, right? So, and the work is being progressed. So just shows you the complete there. You can see, so this is my high priority list. This is our high priority list. Part 5 is going to be high priority, and this is the item with our high priority. Next interesting feature is the issue details, basically the drawing release details. So this will help you to keep a track of drawings, all which are being released to the different departments of the organization. You can just quickly go and click and say, I want to identify the parts which are released to the production department. So I can just quickly go and create this report, and it will give us the glimpse of items which have been issued to the production department. So now we need not release the same drawing again and again. We do not need to waste our time, and we can just quickly go and creating the, and we can just check and we can inform the department that this drawing has been released on to this gentleman on this date, and this many times we have already released this drawing. So here you go. So see, you can see this is the part. This is the department issued to person, the issue date, and the issue count. So you can just let them know how many times the drawing has been issued, which date it has been issued, to whom it has been issued, and how many times this drawing has been issued. So there's a complete track of your complete drawing release, and all the reports will have the weight summary at the bottom of the report. Okay, just to keep as an part or integrated part of our below reports. All right. Similarly, you can create for all the departments here, and the option here which says issue to none. So now, as a designer, we do not release all the drawings all together, right? We partially release drawings to our different department, different people around us. So now this option will help you identify the items which have not been released yet to anyone, and you make sure that you release only those drawings which have not been released earlier. So you can just quickly click and check what are the items which have not released yet, and you can release only those drawings. Moving further is the basic segregation of items, like what are required to be manufactured in-house, what are required to be manufactured outsourced. Right? Again, a basic segregation: in-house, outsource. The in-house items goes to the production department, outsource goes to the our purchase department or the procurement department. Our next important and interesting feature is the project costing. Right? So as we discussed, project costing becomes the biggest headache for each one of us. So now here we have tried to capture 5 major components of project costing. As we understand, based on experience, we understood there are 5 major components. One is the material, the handling charges, the engineering cost, the packing cost, and the transportation cost. Okay, so considering these 5 major parameters, we have created this costing. And if you feel if there's any other parameter which is required to be incorporated in this, we can do that. We can of course add this, customize this as per your requirement. Okay, so let's see what we are basically doing. So here, when I say fabrication cost, when we do need to do the costing, we just need to quickly go again and select the assembly and say open, and basically what it does is what it will do is it will actually create the summary of complete material list what are being used in their respective weight with their respective weight, and it will give you the glimpse of complete weight details. And what we can do is we can key in the per kg cost of each material. So when I say per kg cost, say there's a plain carbon steel which is being used in our machine. So now let's say it costs us say one in your currency, like say it costs you in some ringgit, it costs some value. You can just put that cost to the organization, and now this cost includes the material, handling, operation, weight, everything. So complete the surface treatment, etc. So this per kg cost is the per complete fabrication cost. So and you get that detail within that complete span. So you get the complete manufacturing details there. So basically it reads the assembly and it creates the complete summary over here. So you can see this. So here's the summary. So as I said, this is the material which is being used and this is the respective weight. I'll just put some cost to it. So I'm just putting in INR. I'm putting some value in Indian National Rupees. Okay. So this currency could be different for your country and your organization. So you can change that unit system based on your requirement. So now when I say this is 350, this is basically this includes my fabrication cost, the material cost, the handling charges, the operation, picking, passivation, etc. So whatever operations I'm doing, it covers everything. Okay. I just quickly put all these values. This. Okay. So next is say engineering cost. So now say if I want to make this, so what are the components which are included in this? So I say I put my design engineering component. Design engineering say it takes me 150 hours to complete this job, and my per hour engineering cost is 1,000 rupees INR. Okay. Next say I need to do some structural calculation. So it takes say 25 hours to complete this job, and my per hour cost is say 2,500. Say if I need to do some CFD calculation also, I can put that also. Say that costs me this much. Okay. Next is the packing cost. So now when we're talking about packing, packing is something like say for domestic order we do some kind of roadworthy packing, and for our export jobs we do some seaworthy packing. So we can just define that. It's a roadworthy packing since it's a domestic order, say for example, and say I just put my box size in feet, how much feet by how much feet by how much, and we say let's say we need two of these boxes, and my per cubic feet cost of my box is like 30 rupees per, and this cost again can be put in based on your standard industry standard. Okay, you can just define it. This is the roadworthy packing, this is the box size, how many boxes, and the cost per cubic, right? Last I would make say or 40 feet truck to load this, and say number of vehicles I need is say 2, and my cost per vehicle is say 80,000 rupees. So now when I say click report, it will just quickly give me a report with all the details, all the parameters which I put in, and it will give me individual cost component what we have put. Say so this is my complete finished weight cost of the machine. This is my engineering cost to the company. This is my total packing cost, and this is my total transportation cost, and this is my total project cost. Right? Isn't it nice? As we discussed during presentation, right? In presentation, we discussed about the releasing of handling of the multiple machines at the same time. So now, as we see different models of machine we are making, we are manufacturing, there could be case wherein we could have lot of components in common. There could be a lot of components which are unique. So now when I take plan of machine, I have to take care of all these components. planning of a single machine at a time, I tend to get lot of scrap. But when I plan it for same for 5 different machines, there's a probability I could save a lot of material down there, right? Since I've considered the a larger scale production, and my planning becomes even better when I'm doing this planning. Okay, so now with this comparison of machines, if we are giving you a provision, where you can compare 5 machines at a time, 5 assemblies at a time, and identify what are my common assemblies, if any. We can identify the common parts, if any. We can identify the common hardware or common BOP, etc. So if you want to add further any type, you can put in that, and we can create that comparison also. Okay, this again can be customized as per your requirement. So now I'll just quickly go and select, say, I want to compare this machine. So again, I need to browse until the first one is get to the progress is completed. I cannot browse the second one. So we'll wait for a minute, and we can just allow that component to be identified and browse over there. So that they do that. Moving, say I want to identify the compare parts, I just quickly click. So the report is created. So this is again comparison between these two. These are the common parts and these are the unique parts. So now idea of doing this comparison is just to save the scrap. Basically, say if I'm planning for this machine only, I'll be considering only this quantity. But when I'm planning for both, I can consider in bulk and I can save a lot of my material. Because when I'm taking a lot of common components in production together, there's a possibility we save a lot of material. Similarly, if I want to compare the hardware, if I identify the common hardware, it basically gives us an opportunity wherein we can negotiate with our vendors with respect to the quantity, and we get a good price benefit on the subject. Last, say, compare BOP. So you can quickly create these reports, and you can just, and now the best part is you can release the drawings of manufacturing parts only once for the common components. You need not release the drawings multiple times, right? These are the common parts. You can just quickly release only once. Again, attach this report so that the production or the manufacturing department can get an understanding that how many components they are required to be manufactured and how much quantity has to be assembled in which machine. So this report explains everything itself. So now the key benefits of our BOM creator is like it's a one-point solution wherein you can create error-free BOMs for SAP, your SAP or ERP system in one click. You can just expedite your complete manufacturing and process by generating a segregated respective list based on their lead times. And now the tracking of drawings have made easier with keeping the complete aspects. It can be created in clicks, and the managing of your or manufacturing of multiple machines is simplified here. So this is a software which can be added on to your SolidWorks CAD system. It works only with SolidWorks CAD, so you need basic SolidWorks CAD system in place for using BOM Creator. All the reports right now, it's being generated in Microsoft Excel. If you need any special format, you have to inform us so that we can customize things as per your requirement. And the fields again can be customized as per your requirement, as required by your organization. This is the product matrix. There are 3 product matrices. suites available in our BOM Creator. One is BOM Creator Lite, BOM Creator Advanced, and BOM Creator Premium. BOM Creator Lite covers the complete design BOM, ERP BOM, the segregated part list, segregated bot out list, or the further types if you need any, the priority report list. Advanced will have all the features of BOM Creator Lite, plus it will have the details of the drawing release details, the fabrication place details, the project costing. BOM Creator Premium will have all the features of Lite and Advanced, and it will apart from that it will have the details of comparison of machines. Right. So this is a standalone license logged to the MAC address of the installed machine, and this is an annually renewed license. So this is not a perpetual license. This is a term license which has to be mandatorily renewed annually. These are some of our privileged customers across India. So, and IME are our partners in Malaysia. So for any details, any further information on BOM Creator, please feel free to contact them. Feel free to reach out them, and they will be able to help you with the 7 days trial license, as well as any specific presentation if you need. Aisha, that is all from my side.
Okay, thank you so much for the sharing, Vignesh. For your information, if you are interested to try this software, you can get a free 7 days trial license from us. Just make sure to submit the survey form by scanning this QR code, or you can click the link that we will be sending over in your chat question box later. We will contact you further if you want to get the trial license after this session ends. Thank you so much, Vignesh, for your time to do this webinar with us. And thank you everyone for joining. We hope everyone have the idea of how BOM Creator works. So again, if you are interested to get the 7 days trial of BOM Creator software, please do submit the survey form, or you can also contact us at marketing@catcam.com.my. If you do have any questions that you are unable to maybe clarify during the session, maybe you can send us through email as well at marketing@catcam, and we will get back to you later on. So again, thanks everyone for joining us today. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we will see you in our next webinar. Thank you everyone. Bye.